Good win for Frampton yesterday. Very good win. Very good performance. It couldn't have been easy coming in after all that Wilder Fury shenanigans against an unknown opponent, really, in Jackson. No one really knew too much about him, but Frampton showed that he was levels above. He picked his punches well, went to the body very well. Combinations, everything, foot movement, the way he kind of in and out of the pocket, looked very, very good, did Frampton. And I felt like he needed that win. I felt like he needed a win to kind of remind people that he still is legit, still is a top contender. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying beating Jackson says all those things, but it kind of just reminds you of how good he is, right? Reminds you that this guy still is one of the top guys in his division. In saying all that, obviously yesterday we got the announcement that Frampton will fight Warrington. It will be a BT box office pay-per-view attraction. I think that's a mistake. I think it's a mistake. Look, do I like the fight? Absolutely. Will I watch the fight? Absolutely. Will I pay for it? Probably. But I think it's a mistake. You've got Josh Warrington, who beat Lee Selby in front of, I don't know, 25, 26 crazy Leeds fans. Absolutely crazy Leeds fans. You've got Frampton, who just beat Jackson, who's always a draw. We already knew Frampton was a draw. But he beat Luke Jackson yesterday in front of, what, 25, 26,000 Irish fans. Why do you want to combine this? Why, honestly, why do you want to combine this? This is promotional malpractice as far as I'm concerned. You've got two big hot commodities here that are massive ticket sellers, massive draws in their own right. Why kill one off? It begs the question for me. Why can't Josh Warrington go on his own route? Make Josh Warrington a superstar on his own. Let him get the fights against the Valdezes of the world, and I dare say the Gary Russell Jr.'s of the world, and maybe the Abner Marses. Let him do that route, right? Let him bring those guys over, because he is a draw and maybe he does equal dollars in the bank right now. And let Frampton do his own thing. Frampton has clearly said he wants one man and one man only, and he's been talking about that man for nearly 2 years, and that's Leo Santa Cruz. Let him go that route. You got two guys here, and look, there isn't many draws under the BT Box Nation stable, but you've got two that clearly are draws, not just draws, but we're talking probably up there in the top draws in the UK. Why put them in with each other? What do you guys think? I just feel like we're making a mistake here. I think we're really making a mistake. I'm not trying to say, let's, for example, hypothetically say that Frampton beats Warrington. I'm not trying to say that's the end of Warrington, but right now Warrington is riding high. I mean, I would love to see Abner Mars come to Leeds and soak up that atmosphere. I think he could do Abner Mars just because of the atmosphere alone. I mean, the Americans are not used to that kind of atmosphere. They're not. Get Abner Mars over here in Leeds versus Josh Warrington, and don't tell me you don't think Josh Warrington's got a chance. I think he's got a chance just because I think that atmosphere gives him another 10, 15%. And I think it works opposite for the opponent. I think it takes 10, 15% away from them. So it almost becomes equal playing field with someone that I think is a bit better than him. And Carl Frampton's been begging for this Windsor Park date. That wasn't it yesterday. Luke Jackson, as a co-main event, because he was to Tyson Fury, isn't what he's talking about. What he's talking about is giving one of those ones where maybe he's not favourite. Almost like a Hatton Costa Zoo. Maybe he's not favourite. Maybe he has to dig a bit deeper. So what do? You bring over someone like Santa Cruz. You bring over someone like Gary Russell Jr. And that's his big event. Having Warrington versus Frampton, I think, just doesn't make sense right now. Especially when you're trying to build your product. You're trying to build your base. Warrington's only just now been established as a star because he's won a world title. And you're trying to say, okay, we'll feed Frampton to him. I just think they can go separate ways and meet up later on down the line. If I'm the promoter and I've got these two guys in my stable, the two biggest draws in my stable, fuck no, I'm not putting them together. No matter what pressure is on me. And the other reason why I'm not putting them together is because that division is deep. I just mentioned 5 names. I can go on and mention another 5 if you like. That division is deep. It's not as though the division is weak and it's like, okay, well, all right, let's just do Frampton versus Warrington because the division's weak. It's not. It's not weak. There are other names out there. Other names. Every time, and I've noticed this, and you guys would have probably noticed this as well, every time an American comes over and sits ringside at our events, they're blown away. Wilder mentioned it yesterday. Wilder obviously mentioned it when he was at Wembley. Paul and Malignaggi cannot stop talking about that Wembley event. Every time they come over, Spence mentions it when he came and fought Brook. The atmosphere in our UK stadiums, arenas is second to none. It's second to none. And I feel like you've got two guys here who create that atmosphere. Don't put them together. Don't do that. Not now, not yet. Let it build up a little bit, Frank. This was almost though he got a bit excited. And I think it's almost an easy way out for him. It's like, okay, well, negotiations with Josh will be easy. Frampton might be a bit tough, but look, I'm saying Frampton, you got a chance of a world title. You don't have to travel. And I think he's almost picked the easy route out here because maybe he can't negotiate with Santa Cruz, Mars, Russell. Maybe he can't do it. And that's a shame. That's a shame. But guys, what do you think? Let me know. Peace.